hunting system here in Zambia, all the hunting companies get a lease from the government on a game management area, which is abbreviated as a GMA. So these game management areas actually come under different chiefdoms. We still have a tribal system here in Zambia where the chief is the head of the area. Now, in the 60s, these areas were given by an agreement that the chief signed to the game department to manage. So they still belong to the chiefs, but the game department managed the hunting that is done in these hunting areas. I'm hunting the Lunga Busanga Concession in Northwestern province of Zambia. There's a lot of hunting areas all around the Kafue National Park, and it just makes it a bit more difficult for poachers to access the park because they've got to get past our control first. But they still do. They find methods. There's a lot of traditional fishing within the national park that comes from before the national park was established. The villagers had fishing weirs that they put over streams and floodplains on the Busanga Plains, which is a plain that dries out during the year, but once the rains start, it floods and it's a breeding ground for the fish. When the floodplains and the rains stop and the floodplains start to recede, then all that fish starts moving back into the rivers where it came from, and even the new fish start moving back. And this is where these traditional fishermen put their fishing weirs and they put their traps there. Now, African Parks has tried to control this a little bit. They have actually given each fish weir a register, and each fisherman has a numbered shirt so that even when they're flying over doing their patrols, they can identify these fishermen. But as always, people will find a way to get around these methods. So, you know, it's a good thing, but in a way it's a bad thing because they think they have a license with that T-shirt and the number on it just to wander all over the place, and they use it as cover for their poaching activities as well. With all our anti-poaching here, it's mainly done during the hunting season, during the dry season here in Lunga, because of accessibility. We do a limited amount of anti-poaching during the rains, but the rains is very difficult to get around. The other day, actually with a client, while we were hunting buffalo, we were stalking the buffalo and we came across a poacher who was actually between us and the buffalo. And eventually, with a bit of patience, we caught this poacher.
Get back down. Oh, down. Down. I wonder what this rod's for. So, yesterday we apprehended a poacher. He had this old rifle on him. It's got like a Mauser type action. Very old. It's got a very straight bolt. Signifies like an army gun. The bolt is not bent in any way. It's just a straight out. And as you can see, it's been very well used. The bullet that he had inside was actually a 30-06 bullet. Well, the case was a 30-06. The head, it actually looks much smaller. We compared it with an AK, which is 7.62, and the head on this was much smaller. Yeah, it's been well used, must have killed lots of animals in the past, and hopefully we've taken it out of circulation. The stock looks like it's a replaced stock. Someone in the village made a stock for it. There you have it.
To make sure that he got properly prosecuted, because he had a rifle with him, we called in African Parks, who are the people that manage the Kafue National Park now. So they've actually trained some of their own people in prosecution and gathering intelligence. That poacher will be prosecuted because of carrying an unlicensed firearm. And they collected quite a bit of intelligence, I understand, from this poacher, as he told them, you know, what the routes were, and he told them some other information on other poaching activities in the area. So that helps quite a lot, you know, with catching other poachers. With these poachers shooting these crude firearms, they wound a lot of animals more than they kill. So there's a danger there of also, within the hunting areas, dangerous game like buffalo, which they do hunt, get away wounded. And it's a hazard to fishermen, to the villagers, to the poachers themselves, and to us hunting in the areas. You know, you walk into a wounded buffalo, it can actually kill you, you know.